Hey YouTube, in this week we will be simming the Washington State game, and then we will be playing the USC game, but I will show you guys some recruiting real quick. And well, right here, we did get some interesting news this week. Quite a bit of interesting news, if you ask me. A big shocker was, well, not a big shocker, I just wanted to make it seem like it, but Marquise Ward, the 4-star wide receiver that doesn't really fit our playing style, but 85 speed, decent catching, nothing really standing out much. He commits here, and then but these two guys, I don't even know who either one of these guys are. I didn't put any points on either one. We still lose them. I don't think I put points on either one. Please tell me it wasn't that tackle. I thought he was that tackle. I was putting points on there for a little bit. We will go through some recruiting though. And right here though, big news. We take the lead on Barrett Dixon. And that is big news, because if you do not know, this kid is a kid I want for next year to run. Because I'll have Zachary Green at fullback, Cormier at main running back, and Barrett Dixon at backup running back. That's my plan for next year. Wide receivers, we have Danny Jenkins, who every once in a while Michigan State makes a surge for. But I highly doubt they're able to get him, because he'll be redshirted. But right now, this week, he's 91% locked towards us. And, well, 200 points should be able to get him real easily. Bradley, we should be able to get him soon. But every team just keeps using that stupid unlock stuff. And it annoys me, because right now, it was originally, I think, 2 teams. Now it's a whole bunch of teams. It was originally us and Notre Dame. Dallas McIntyre, we need a tackle, and I'm willing to admit it. So we'll put 300 points on him. Guard, we don't need a guard this year, so I'm not going to focus on getting a bad one. But Bowling Green just uses that unlock and puts themselves right back in it. Man, I hate it when teams do that. And right here, George Darby though. We dropped USC out this week. Must stay within 1,500 to stay in battle. Contradicting yourself there much, EA? I hate it when that stuff happens. They're still in the fight, yet they should be out of the battle, but they're still somehow in the battle. Oh well, can't do anything about that. I don't have any say at what happens with EA. Eric Keith, he did go down after we scouted him. Still a very good player, though, and I would very much appreciate having him. As we do have Darren Ball, though. He is a target of ours, so we are very close to being able to take the lead on him. I could go for Matt Holden, though, and that would be interesting, getting Matt Holden, because he'd be redshirted his first year. Let me make sure he's not a JUCO player. Yeah, he's not a JUCO player. He'd be redshirted a year. Still would be a very interesting player. Let's see, what's Fred Matthews looking like? He should commit. There shouldn't be a problem getting him to commit. Kyle Brooks, I took a lot of points off of him last week to put on Mark Chase, who we're very slowly going up on, and he looked like another running back, and I'm not going to put any more points on him than that. Kyle Brooks, he looks like a quarterback, so there's no point in putting points on him. But he does look like he could be a decent cornerback, too, so I decided I'd put points on him. And probably change his position to cornerback and out where he would be playing. But right here, let's see what Matt Holden looks like. Actually looks pretty decent. Redshirt him, and he'd be a decent cornerback for us. So yeah, that's pretty much all there really is to see here. And I'll see you guys when I'm going to screw around with I'm going to look and see what we can do to see how we can deal with the whole running back situation. And then I'll see you guys once I get done with that. Right here, as we advance week to send the game against Washington State, what happens? We beat them by 10. Final score 30-20. Would have preferred beating them by a lot more, but we're not I guess you take what you get. They probably should just be thankful that we still won the game. But, oh well, like I said, we still won. I mean, I'm not complaining there. And hopefully USC won, because I don't want to play an undefeated USC team, because that'll help us out a lot in the standings. And as you see, we're only 5th. We're still sitting there at 5th. They still haven't respected us enough. And USC is number 4 right now, so we should we'll at least move up one spot. I mean, let's be honest here. We'll move up one spot. Yeah, I'd like to move up more than one, but one's enough. I guess one's all it takes. And let's see where USC is ranked. Our offense coordinator goes up 1. Does anybody commit? Nobody commits here. We ranked in top 5. 4 plus. Oh, wow. We forced 2 turnovers in that game. We're actually doing a good job of getting turnovers lately. Ever since that Baylor game, we've been getting turnovers like crazy. And we're ranked 3. USC's ranked 2. Wow. This is game of the week. This has to be game of the week. Like, I don't think there's a way that they can not make this. Yeah, we'll take that +4 to injury. After last week, we'll take that gladly. I'll gladly take a +4 injury rating. Trust me, I don't have any issue with taking that. Trey, let's see what happened in the top 25, though. Yeah, I just saw Oregon go down and Alabama go down. Georgia Tech, South Carolina, Texas, and Louisville are the only undefeated teams left. Who all lost, though? Oregon lost to Stanford. Who else lost? Alabama lost to Tennessee. Unranked Tennessee. So now we are up in the top. Yeah, we're in the top 3 right now for first time all series long. We have a chance to, for first time all series long, to actually be ranked number 1. If we can win this week, I feel we move up to number 1. I do. I feel we move up to number 1 with a win this week. And Tarek Reynolds is now up to number 2 on the Heisman list. Let's see. What do the BCS rankings have to say about this? Because I'm sure they have something to say. Yeah, they have us at third too, so I was kind of hoping for something a little bit more. But, oh, I'll take that. Tarek Reynolds is 66 for passing yards. And 7th for rushing yards. He actually... Well, Kadeem Carey was out for 1 week, so that kind of did ruin any chance he had at becoming a Heisman winner, and possibly ruin his chances at 1,000 yards rushing. Pettinato still leading the NCAA in sacks. Jonathan McKnight now has 4 interceptions, and that puts him 12th on the interception list. Let's see who's gotten picks defensively, because we've seen that one game. There were 2 turnovers in that game, not deflections. Forced fumbles. Tevis had to force at least 1 in that game, I think. And what about interceptions? Defensive touchdowns. Still have none of those. What about interceptions? Babish got 1 in that game. Albert Smith still only has 2. But we have a total of 8 picks this year. That's the most I've ever had in any series, is 8 picks as a team. Right here, let's see. We are projected to win, as we do actually have a +3 in the turnover column, which is nice to see that +3. Whew. And we do have a recruit visiting this week, and speaking of which, let's go put those extra 100 points on that Matt Holden kid, and hopefully he does commit, because that would be nice to have him. And then I'll see you guys in the game after I put these points back on him, and let's see actually what happened. Oh wow, how many points did we gain? We still went down on his board? What? Whoa, okay, I'm going to take a guess and say it's because a whole bunch of schools offered him scholarships. Yeah, Northwestern offered him a scholarship, and that probably and they scheduled a visit. So they're putting some points on him and other stuff. But don't worry, we should be able to get him. If something happens and we don't end up getting him, I'll find somebody to replace him. As we look at their star players, we see Marquise Lee, who's having a pretty good year, and then we see defensive tackle and a tight end. And then we see, we are missing our right tackle and Pierre Cormier. They are still missing their free safety and him and a linebacker, though. So we're missing two offensive players. They're missing 2 defensive players. But they've still been doing good without him. We haven't had a lot of games to prove that we can play good without them. So we still don't really know how well can we play without these 2 players. How big of a role do these 2 play on this team? That's the number one question. And well, we'll figure out today if we truly are a national championship worthy team without our right tackle and Pierre Cormier. Today's the day to prove it. Right here, Kateen Carey goes down once again. Oh my gosh, can people stop hurting our running backs? As there's a good chance today we end up taking that red shirt off right now. Because especially if it's a multiple week injury, we are taking off that red shirt right now on Terrence Johnson, I think it is. And he'll play his first game of his career. He'll get his first snap, his first runs and everything today. Man, I'm just hoping Kateen Carey's only out for like maybe a quarter, a play, a drive, something like that. But every play he misses, I get a little bit more nervous. And it was a big hit too. But I'm hoping it's just he got the wind knocked out of him, as he was holding his chest. So that, we'll check right here and we'll see if they have a time on how long he's going to be out. How long is it going to be? It's going to be... He'll return soon. Only a bruised elbow. Thank the Lord right there. As we will be getting Kateen Carey back before this game's over. I got really nervous there that I was going to have to take the red shirt off of the sophomore running back before we even get to halftime. But right here is and after this week we have UCLA and Oregon. So we'd have, if he was out for 1 week, I would still probably end up taking the red shirt off of him, because I think that means he would miss the UCLA game. And even if it doesn't mean it, we'll need him for today. We can't have higher running back against USC. And I feel like he's not fast. Yeah, he's not, and I feel like he isn't fast enough to run it. Right, as they do run a play action. McKnight gets beat by Marquise Lee. And 27-yard reception from Marquise Lee. We knew Marquise Lee would be a big player for us. Oh gosh, I thought they were going to run the ball right. And instead, they pick out Farmer. And we barely get his ankles. And oh my gosh. They have destroyed us back-to-back plays. We will keep Zachary Green in because I don't want to risk Kateen Carey for the season. Because I still think that even if we lose today, I still feel like we could still possibly win a national championship. Or at least make it to a national championship. We just need a lot of other stuff to go our way. Like, for example, we would need somewhere along the way USC to lose a game. And it had to be to like UCLA or somebody. Yeah, it almost had to be to UCLA. And we need them to lose like 2 games, I think. I think if they were to lose 2 games, it'd probably be to Oregon, UCLA, or Washington. Possibly Oregon State if they play them. But we would need that to happen, and we would have to win out, and we'd have to face Oregon in the national championship game, I feel. I feel that's the only way that we could do it. We are going to press them right here. Because a 3-and-out here would be huge. And Marquise Lee drops the ball in the end zone. Oh wow, that's big right there. That is huge. That will give us after one possession from each team, we'll go out with a lead. And we are going to end up after each team has one possession. We are in the lead. Right here, I missed the touchdown right here that from Austin Hill. I'll show you guys it real quick in the instant replay. Right here, Austin Hill on the jet sweep we get the key block there from Zachary Green, and that just allows Hill to slip into the end zone right there and puts us up 14-3 on USC here. And we were proving that we are worthy of a national championship game at least. That's all we want is to play in a national championship. But this team would love, especially Kadeem Carey, would love to win this school's first national championship. As Kadeem Carey is really is an amazing player right here, and he just wants to finish off his career here by giving the fans something they've always wanted, a national championship. And that's how Derek Reynolds wants to start off his career here. Once again, we force him to go 3 and out, down by inside the red zone, I think. Yeah, inside the red zone again. Man, if we can keep this going, I'll be fine with being able to keep them to field goals all day. We'll let them kick field goals all day long. As long as they don't score a touchdown, I'm fine with it. 6-14, and with 3 minutes left in the first half, I'm perfectly fine with that score. Especially with them being number 2 and us being number 3, that is perfectly fine by me. That score. I don't know what was going on with Richards there. It seemed like he was doing a little dance there. 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. 2 forward, 2 back, 2 forward, 2 back. Who knows? But right now, all I know right now is we're up by 8, and there's 3 minutes left in the first half. And Kadeem Carey just lowers his shoulder and gets 5 yards there. As he already has 75 yards, and we're still in the first half. He's definitely feeling fine after the injury in the game against Washington, and also the earlier injury today. Feeling a lot better. And right here, Derek Reynolds gets a 12-yard rush there, pretty good. And he's not having a great day on the ground, but still we haven't been using him a lot on the ground. There hasn't been a need. Kadeem Carey has been destroying him. Question is, can Derek Reynolds sit back and throw against these guys? The answer is no, he can't. We don't get open downfield, and that's going to be a big issue today. Is if we can't get open downfield, I can't sit back in the pocket. You know, and when we can't drop back in the pocket, it's not going to be a pretty day for us. Because we can't just completely rely on Kadeem Carey and Derek Reynolds to run a team into the ground. And Derek Reynolds gets enough space, and he gets Richards, and that gets us more than enough yards to make up for the 5-yard for the sack earlier in this drive. But right here, as there's 2 minutes left now, I kind of want to milk a little bit of clock here, and so they don't get. I don't want them to get the ball again. I don't want them to even have a chance to answer before half. I want to go into half up 21-6. And Kadeem Carey puts down his shoulder, gets a 4-yard rush right there, and pretty much does what we've been wanting him to. Does what we wanted right there, which is which was a decent gain, and something that'll set us up with decent field position right here. Stupidly throw it to Hire right there. He miraculously comes down to completion, and he's fighting. Why is he fighting? Go down! Go down, you fool! Dude, he burnt at least 10 seconds sitting there on the ground. If not, possibly 20. And oh my gosh, I cannot believe that. Right here, Kadeem Carey though, puts down his shoulder and gets a 15-yard gain, and with 12 seconds left now, well, with a minute 12 left, we're on the goal line practically, and Derek Reynolds has a 111 yards. Never mind, I thought we were a little bit closer than we are, but we are still within 5 yards. I'm going to make sure that they don't have much of a chance to score if they have any, because I don't want them to be challenging us towards the end of the game. And Kadeem Carey lowers his shoulder and gets the touchdown to put us up 20-6 on USC. 21 if we can make the extra point here. And this is huge. And Oregon already having a loss, though, this makes USC right now the only undefeated opponent on our schedule. USC is the only undefeated team left on our schedule. Period. So that basically means this is by far this should be by far the toughest game that we have to play, and most important game that we play. Because if we don't do good enough today, say we don't win, we can't say, well, we beat Oregon. Well, that as big as a trophy as that would be, not as big as it would have been had Stanford not beaten them. It wouldn't have been as big as a trophy. And Pettinato almost gets back there, and Albert Smith gets the pick right before half. With 51 seconds left, Albert Smith might have just had a pick that changes his whole season. Because right now, if we score here, we could go 28-6 before half. And that would be huge for this team. And right as I am willing to go empty backfield, we hit Elvra, and he gets 2 feet down. And right now, we're getting in hurry up mode here. So now we want to put up. Now we don't care if they get the ball back after this. As long as we put up a touchdown, we're fine if they get the ball back and how much time's left. And they leave James Bailey open over the middle. Oh my gosh, when are they going to learn? They have not learned to cover our guys well yet. And right here, we're going to run the read option. Right here. Who are they going to commit to? They commit to Kadeem Carey. I don't know why I said James Bailey. But Derek Reynolds walks in and gets the 6-yard rush there for the touchdown. That puts us up right here. Yeah, that will put us up 28-6 on USC going into half. Well, we still could go up by more going into half, depending on if we can get depending on whether or not we can get another pick. But the big story here is we've already outdone what we scored last year. We're 1 touchdown away from doubling it, or really close to doubling it. Because we had said, we're 1 touchdown and we're 10 points away from doubling what we had last year. At this, wait, no, crap. I don't know how many points we are away from doubling it, but I know we're really close. Because last year the score was 17 to 14 or 17-10, something like that. And here we are up 28-6. They're right around what they had last year. They probably won't do more. Right here, once again we shut them out, and this is truly set back in the pocket too long with Derek Reynolds. I've done that twice today, and this has been the most we've been sacked. I think this is only like the second time Derek Reynolds been sacked It's in the single digits still for sacks, and 2 of them have been today. So that tells you a lot about how Derek Reynolds been playing this year. Hasn't been getting sacked hardly at all, and then he gets an 18-yard run right there, and that puts us up 34-6 on USC. Second versus third, and third's just pummeling second. Because after this game, I'm predicting we'll be first in the nation. As Ohio State plays Illinois, and that I think the computers will look at this as more of a, hey, we just destroyed the second-ranked team, Ohio State. Probably will destroy Illinois, but they destroyed a non-ranked team, and they'll look at us as the better team. And last year, we could have a rematch of the Rose Bowl last year, Ohio State versus Arizona. I think it'd be interesting to have a rematch like that. But something else we got to think about it right now is who else do we have to play this year? Let's not start focusing on the rematch. Let's focus on taking care of UCLA. Then let's focus on a rematch that should matter more to us than that Ohio State rematch facing them again in the bowl. Let's focus on the rematch of us versus Oregon, because Oregon is the only reason we played Ohio State last year. If it weren't for Oregon, we would have played in the national championship instead of in the Rose Bowl. And right here, as I'm talking, Holiday, the second freshman, Devin Holiday, he's the fourth freshman that gets to play every one. We have 3 freshmen that get to play a lot on defense, and he's the fourth one that gets to play every once in a while, but still gets pretty good snap. He's still out there a lot for a freshman. He gets his first pick of the year. As now we have, I think, like 8 picks or something like that. We have I think we have 10 picks now in the year. Yeah, 10. 10 sounds... Yeah, we have 10 picks on the year right now, and that's truly amazing for us. 3 of them being from Albert Smith, the true freshman, and then other than those 2, we have 4 of them from Jonathan McKnight, 2 from Babish, and 1 from Devin Holiday. And if you look at it, 6 of our picks, 6 of our 10 picks have been from underclassmen, and 4 of the 6 that are from underclassmen are from freshmen. That tells you the future that we have at cornerback. We are going to have an amazing secondary in the future. And on top of it, we're still getting pretty decent recruits coming in at cornerback. So just think about this. If you're an Arizona fan, you're looking at the future kind of like, looks pretty good for us. And this defense is doing pretty good for their age, and they're actually allowing the least. They're in the bottom 10. They're like 6th or 7th for least points allowed in the NCAA, and there's quite a few freshmen out there. First defensive touchdown of the year is right here. I'll show you guys it in the instant replay right here. Amazing, truly amazing if you ask me. Right here he goes to drop back. Tala picks it up, and it's Tala off to the races. The big defensive lineman takes it all the way, and right there's what we will take the picture of. And this is 3 games in a row that we've actually had picture-worthy moments. And right there, that will put us up 49-6 on USC. Right here, and Clemson is losing to Virginia. That would be a big upset. Right here, Tarek Reynolds fumbled the ball, and as you see, ends up actually getting hurt. So you guys might get to see a new for like 1 or 2 snaps that will be read options. His favorite play, actually that was his best play last year. And right here, they might actually get a touchdown off of it, but this still would be our best defensive game as we forced 3 turnovers today. I'm going to say they're going to run this ball right. Nailed it. And Babish was the best hope right there. And Babish slows Trey Madden down just enough to where we still get him. He still gains a yard, but he still goes down. That's all that matters, is he still goes down. And right now, we have a chance to keep this at being the first game all year that we do not allow a touchdown in. And Trey Madden puts an end to that. We didn't come in here expecting to hold them under 14 points, did we? I mean, we didn't do it last year, and last year they didn't have the offense that they did this year. Their offense is much better this year, and also we have a worse defense than we had last year. I still don't know how we held them this long. Question is, though, can we recover the onside kick that I thought would be important in this game, and it ends up not being as important as I thought it would. I actually originally thought that right here, this would be that onside kick would have huge implications on how this game would end. And right here, just in case, let's see, it's a new end. Nope, it's Tarek Reynolds. I actually set this up as a pass play because I thought Anu would be in. And I was going to say, you know what, guys, Anu, he hasn't played all year. He really helped set us up where we are this year, where we were considered a great team coming into the year. I was going to say, if he's in, he deserves to at least get one throw this year. If he's in. I'm not going to sub him in to get one throw. There's no point in doing that. But here's Hill. Austin Hill gets another 3-yard run right there. As he had a 6-yard run earlier in the game that set us up really that got us a touchdown, and that's where this whole game really started, was when we got that first touchdown. And oh gosh, rolling out of the pocket already, and I should have known that wasn't going to be good. Right now the question is how good is Riggleman at pinning people deep? I know he has a big leg, and I didn't think that they would return that. I was kind of hoping that he would let it bounce. But he actually does decide to return it. And if he wouldn't have returned that, though, that probably would have gone down inside the 10. So Riggleman has a pretty good leg. Wouldn't mind seeing Riggleman get some awards at the end of the season. Well, I know he won't, but I wouldn't mind it. And I wouldn't mind seeing him maybe get one punt down inside the 5-yard line or the 10. As I've had that happen, I think, once in my series. Normally, I actually don't end up having a good punter for a few reasons. Number one being we actually haven't had to punt the ball a lot in this series. Also, when we do punt the ball, it's down inside. It's normally a little bit closer than that. I mean, when I say a little bit close, I mean it's more towards our end zone, not really on like the 50-yard line. But don't worry, we'll start getting better kickers, and when we start getting better kickers, we'll work on punter too. I want to make sure that we have a good punter and a good kicker, because if nothing changes a good punter will change field position really easily, and a good kicker makes sure that you don't have to change field position real quick. Right here, you can tell, clock's running out. There's 25 seconds left. This game's in the bag. Right here, as the clock runs out, you see we win 49-13. And we possibly put into USC's hopes we definitely put into their hopes of playing in a national championship. We put into their hopes of playing in a Pac-12 championship. The only thing that they have left is playing in a BCS bowl game, and we might have even taken that away today, as there still are quite a few undefeated teams left. I think there's like 6 undefeated teams left after this game, 5, but still and there are a few teams. I think there might be one of those teams are from a non-BCS bowl big team, so they'll be taking away one of the 2 at-larges. The 2 national champions will probably take away 2. They still could. It's just this is their 10th game of the year. I think that was their 9th or 10th game. I think it was their 10th, and like I said, that chances are that ruins their chances because they don't have a lot of games left to make up room. That's where you want to play high-ranked teams early on. But Louisville loses to UCF. And UCF now, they're one of those teams. Louisville is one of those teams that doesn't have a bowl. Wait, does the American Conference? I don't know. Yeah, I think the American Conference does actually have a bid to a bowl game. I think they do. To a BCS bowl game. I think they do. I'm pretty sure they do. But if they don't, UCF is a team that might get one. And if they don't, if they do have one, there's still a chance that UCLA might get one. And our next game's against 25th ranked UCLA in UCLA. That might just be fun. And well, until next time, like, comment, and subscribe.